Alright, greetings. Brought to you by the Fifth Dimension. So every time I do anything here, something doesn't work. Thank you, subject matter, but it's not helping it. Before I went live, I saw 1111, which I'd never see that. So that's different. I hear about people getting that all the time. I never get that. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So this is like take three because I've been pushed to use more of that Google stuff for the recording, but I don't always know what's going on when it records it until afterwards. Apparently, when I was going to Tel Aviv, it didn't show everything, and this is getting old. So anyway, user error. Either way, I don't think the human collective wants me to figure it out anyway, for the most part, yet. And I uploaded that whole thing about the virus, and I changed the title of it, but apparently it didn't save it. So anyway, I'm getting a little backlash here and there, which is fine. It's all fine. So I just have pretty much had it. So if they're gonna keep screwing with me like this, I'm just gonna go after them. So that's why my title says Israel UFO cover up. I don't care anymore. It's like I'm just absolutely sick of it. So obviously gotta get develop connection with your guides and all that. If you're ready, that is up to you. Alien contact is, I would say, upon us. It doesn't mean it's going to be in the physical worldwide, but let's put it this way: the top is coming off the jar, and most of humanity is crying its ass off. So I think also that disease. Now this is the feeling I got recently, like right before it came on in China, that they're getting it more contained. So that's good. Yeah, I didn't feel that earlier today, but I feel it now, which is good. And the Oscars, who cares? So another diversion, rich people. The racist are pretty much the racist Oscars. Yeah, that's a tall blonde manipulation there. Yeah, just want all the white people to win. Screw everyone else. Yeah, that's the tall blondes at work there. Wonder why there's no diversity in Hollywood, or they have to fight for it. It's the Nordics involved with that. So, like, we'll give you money to be racist. So, just the way it is right now. It's a lot of battles. Yeah, people are talking about the secret space program all the time. Like, there's a war going on. What about this place? There's a war here it's just not the war that it's not your normal war, but it's a war. It's like, it was mediocre reality, trying to pump it up a little bit, and others just like it being dull and same old, same old. So, but yeah, alien energies are upon us. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's on a massive scale. For obvious reasons. But I believe we're opening up the consciousness. Yeah, in Israel, it is known, at least within the shadow elites. That's where they all kind of congregate, somewhere there. Of course, Antarctica is another place to go. It's super secret. That's like Antarctica is like another agenda phase. Like they got phase, like Israel phase or whatever they would call it. That they probably have a different name for what that's. They all kind of congregate there. The diplomats, whatever it might be, congregate there in secret. And then you go to Antarctica for another connection. That's even more. It depends on the agendas that are upon them. So, Israel, the shadow government is basically, I would say, founded there. Of course, it's been found in other places, but the modern version of it, it's kind of like we rule everything, or we have all the, connections everywhere. because it's, everything's ran by the banks and all that through that area. It just is. Now, that's not an easy place to connect to it. It's like, well, yeah, because you end up dead. I think so. It depends on who you mess with. Even if you fly over there, I imagine they're not exactly the most friendliest group. Probably not. So, it's hostile there. I imagine it's friendly to those that are of that religion, but if you're not, I don't know how well that goes. I don't think it goes very well. So, that's unfair on design. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're a Gentile, I don't think you're going to last very long there. From what I've heard, I don't know this whole story. I imagine people can go there without a problem, but others on another story. Who knows? But I don't think it's always the most friendly place. Let's put it that way. Due to, yeah, because there's a lot there that they want sacred. They don't want just anybody going there. So even the Palestinians, they don't want them getting in their face. It's all brainwashing to keep the place sacred. Call it Holy Land for a reason. So it's done on. It's just many agendas. Now, the people there aren't aware of how they're getting hit. They're doing it for religious reasons. They're not realizing, because they don't want to defy their God. This has been going on forever, so that makes sense. So, yeah, thanks. It's not a personal thing. But yeah, that's where, Anunnaki, I believe, also is a big part of our amnesia. They're involved with it. They had to, because we were just running around like we were crazy. So, but yeah, Israel is really where a lot of it is. They say it's not through QAnon, but what the hell is QAnon now? I mean, there's forces that they don't want to look in that area. Who the hell does? It's like, it's not exactly a friendly energy. Let's put it that way. And that's another thing. When you're tapping into this stuff, like when they talk about a story of you go into the tomb, like in Egypt, you go in there and you get a curse. You get bitten by a mosquito. It's like 1,000 years old or whatever the hell it is. You can also, tapping into stuff, get sick energy-wise, as we've already mentioned. And you can technically get cursed in some ways. Well, you get attacked. Yours truly has been through some of that. There's energy booby traps. And you can say I've been going through quite a bit of that recently. And know more about what I'm about to do before I do it. And they know I don't give a shit. So it's like, I don't have a problem. So, the alien, I'll tell you, the alien vibrations are, obviously it's like a growth. It's like any other type of growth. It's not always the easiest to feel its vibration, but it feels like the power of it has gotten stronger recently. Of minor awakenings. Now, most of the collective here, they might be talking about flying ships and all that, but most of them are terrified of a connection. Majority. At least they're more open to it than the rest of the world. Just looks away in the other direction, not ready for anything. So that's where the ridicule is going to come from. Is those that don't believe in any of this stuff. They're going to be, because they want to stay in their cubicle of existence, whatever the hell that is. Jeez, have fun with that. Yeah, making everybody's life. Yeah, thanks. But we are going to an awakening of some kind. Now, when? I would say it's this year. Something's going to give. Now, on a massive scale, I'm not sure. But more connections individually, like people email about dreams. I haven't responded yet, but the dream connections will get stronger for some people, definitely. Already been stronger before, gonna get stronger now. It's coming. For those that are ready for it. And it's just, the more you become ready for it, like you need like a couple of people, like I said, you need a few people or whatever, 12 or whatever it is. Once they adjust to alien contact, and you go through all your hell and everything you gotta go through, because it's not gonna be easy. And then you can make it easier for others as they go lose their minds. So it's like step one, lose your mind. Well, yeah, it's a big adjustment. I mean, even if you're mentally you think you're prepared, but having it happen is a whole different story. Because you gotta adjust your energy field, which another thing I recorded. Hopefully this audio is out. Jeez. Yeah, so far I haven't got a response of nothing working. So I'm gonna go into not everything I tried to last time, but I think we're in a better. Yeah, YouTube wasn't acting right again. So loveliness, it's broken. For always part of it is. So let's go into the Tel Aviv thing first. Once again, I said this already, but I'm going to show it again. Yeah, the buildings, the structures of the buildings are Archon. So they're pulling, and this is like a paradise town. And you feel the building energies. I mean, look at this stuff. Even the grid is like, you know, it's right in front of you. You look at, yeah, and oh yeah, I didn't look up buildings. Buildings. You got that. That's not too big of a deal. You get that. The shape, yeah, the way they're constructed, everything, and as they're pulling in energies. But yeah, it's Archon, but it's not all. It's not all negative. But it's funny how Tel Aviv is probably one of the more positive places on the planet, which is interesting. So, it's actually probably I have to admit, a decent place to live. Not to say Jerusalem isn't, but this is really decent. And you notice how these are our Archon buildings. Not all of them are Archon, but quite a few of them are. I mean, they have a certain agenda. They're just bizarre. You don't see this stuff anywhere. I love these. Oh, it's all just, jeez. I don't know if it's spooky, kind of. Kinda, yes. Yeah. So yeah, they bring in Archon energies and they send it off somewhere else. That's what's going on with that. So, the rock, I think I did. That's when the video with no audio I did. That's where I really went into the Temple Mount. Yeah, it's obviously a portal. I don't think the rock there is. No wonder it didn't. Audio didn't give. Yeah, the rock there is. I don't believe it's the Muhammad rock. Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah, they said Muhammad. There's a rock inside there. I don't think that's the rock that Muhammad used to fly over the place or whatever it was. But that doesn't matter. Yeah, you don't want to say that when you're there. You probably won't live after that. So yeah, I mean, anybody can go there as long as you don't as long as you don't practice your religion, you're fine, unless you're Muslim. So if you're Muslim, you can practice your religion there, you're okay. But if you're anybody else, you can forget it. So that's interesting how that's in Jerusalem. So yeah, it's funny how they all. I mean, I failed Bible school, so I don't know what the hell is going on. But yeah, it's funny how they're all kind of integrated into each other. But it's almost like saying, let's all get along with each other. At least try to. So I'm probably going to go further into this place eventually, but I don't feel like getting attacked. So it's yeah, energy attacked, I can say. I'm probably not going to have a very good visitation after this. But that's just too bad. Okay, alright, so yeah, a lot of the agendas are set in Israel in secret, or the Arab world for that matter. That's definitely. But the Anunnaki, I felt, was part of our forgetting. For very obviously, there's other beings involved with it. Anunnaki played a big role in it, though. So when is humanity ready for all this shit? Well, I figured this year we're gonna have some kind of change, some kind of awakening of some kind. We're already having a disease in China, and we're just in January, or we were. So and we had earthquakes that really didn't hurt much, but still a pretty big one recently. So Kobe, the god, celebrity worship. So I help us all on that one. So we're shifting out of third dimension energy throughout this year. We're like taking third dimension and we're upgrading it slowly for those that are ready for it. I believe the increase is going to be a lot stronger than it has been in the past. Yeah, there's a lot of sacred geometry in Israel that people don't see. It's there by the Archons to bring in energies from other worlds and realities. That just came in. I was the poison, the Earth's energy, because this Earth did a lot of terrible things in its past. And they're not talking about the aliens. Yeah, the humans here did. Big surprise there. They were unjust of how they did. They just didn't care about anybody. Those were the Atlanteans. No big surprise there. But you see that I don't care about anybody. Energy's still going on. That's still. I think the echo of that is still going on throughout the ages. Just as an observer. Yeah. That's a mass majority is into that, but it's still pretty strong. Hollywood's a good example of that. They don't give a shit about anybody. So, the Earth is getting technically punished for being a ruler of other worlds that it does not remember. Yeah, I connected to that. Yeah, this world used to control other planets, and probably still does. During the Atlantean, a lot of Atlanteans left the planet and just took over other worlds because we're just a loving world. So we're being punished for it because we didn't learn our lessons. So the more that we show that we are, maturing, the more all the the Earth has been sanctioned. I'm getting all this channeled in. So if you're wondering what the fuck, so our Earth was sanctioned makes sense. Yeah, this world was. It thought it can do anything. And technically it could. Problem is, it was really fucking with everybody that did not need to just win. If you can screw your own planet, that's fine. That's one thing. But went to other worlds and started doing it. And similar to the reptilians, but worse. It broke a lot. It just was like a rich person just coming and like, I can do anything I want. Something like that. And did a lot of damage on people and just really just... So this Earth is, it's technically being punished for all its negativity done on the planet. So it's just the human collective has to learn and come out of it. You can blame the aliens all you want. And there's some guilt there, of course, but still human personal responsibility. Yeah, you can call it, blame the reptilians, blame the Carians. Humanity has to take responsibility for itself. And I'm not sure if that's very popular out there. Probably not. Well, some understand. Yeah, it's just, first off, most of the collectives don't believe in alien energy here. So it shows of adolescence. They're not ready. They're still technically in kindergarten. Emotionally or, spiritually. That can change. Not to say it's a bad thing. It's just that's where it's at. That's not bad at all. I mean, that's probably the better. That's where the bliss is. It's like that's where the grass is greener. Obviously, Alex Trebek is a good version of that. I just saw a thing on him. I'm going to have to add that to the rabbit somewhere. Alex Trebek and shit. Well, even Alex Trebek. I'm throwing this. This is like not needed, but he has like a tumor or something. He's lived like probably a pretty decent life, but has not been fully challenged. So what I see with him, he brought in extra challenges for various reasons. I was going to talk about Jordan Peterson. I don't know if anybody knows who the hell that is. He's a self-help guru, but he got, I don't know, drugs or something like that, or some kind of painkiller or something, because his wife's going through a lot of, I forget. His wife's going through a lot. What's with that? Cancer or something like that. I probably got all that wrong, but either way, she's going through a lot. So he's going through a lot. So now he's being challenged. So he can help people through self help to a certain level, but now he put himself through another challenge that he wasn't really. So he just added, he's added a challenge to himself that people are learning from him. So people are overcoming their challenges through his help, and then he gets hit with a challenge. So, yeah, love it. So, also, I was going to do a video on this, but screw it. I'll probably forget. Not that anybody cares, but Rush Limbaugh has lung cancer. But I felt like in Astral, he came to me for assistance to cross over, prepare him to cross over. I know it sounds weird. It's like, why would I even be saying that? But I felt his energy, and I felt like there's like a connection. It's like he's scared out of his mind of death. And why would I even know that? It's like, yeah, he's scared to death of it, so he needs all the help he can get. So I got asked to astrally assist him. Not that, Well, he has a large audience, so he does affect people. And so when he gets affected, others get affected by it. So, it's just something that's in the works, let's put it that way. But he's not going to stay here forever. I think he's also looking for an exit. So he's like preparing for it because he's had enough. His tenure has come to an end. As for when he's going to leave, is not clear. So it's just either way. That's what he's doing. Either way. All right. Enough of that. Yeah, go back to Earth being bad. Yeah, this Earth took advantage of other aliens and their assistance during the Dark Ages of Atlantis. Big surprise there, right? So that was the other thing I felt about like the reptilians and all that. It's like different ways of looking at it. It's like if we're this nice race and just stupid, and they're just beating us up like we're bullies, that's one thing. But if we're just a bunch of assholes at one time and we just forgot, and they're hard on us because they know what we're capable of. We know we're a pain in the ass. They know we got issues and all. Not to say they don't, but they're kind of preparing us for our awakening. So they beat the shit out of us to they test us, they school us. So when we do have an awakening with them, yeah, you have to heal the people that I imagine there are individuals out there that absolutely can't stand the reptilians, can't stand the greys, can't stand this, yada yada yada. I imagine that's a group out there, and that has to, for a contact to really work, that has to be healed, maybe not fully, but calm down the anger. It all depends. It's different for everybody, but it's obviously a lot of these beings have beat the crap out of us for various reasons. Maybe overdone it for sometimes the teacher over teaches, can pressure the student too much, which does happen. So not to say so they have their difficulties too. It's just either way. This year we're going into an awakening of some kind. Yeah, Atlantis was weaponized against other planets. Atlanteans lost their power. At least the founders of it. While the dark, your mystics, your magicians and all that took over. And and obviously took over the people. They wanted to weaponize human consciousness to take over planets too. The more power they have from human consciousness, they is like a weapon of the mind. And yes, we had the capabilities of overpowering the aliens easily. Well, not all of them, but quite a few. I believe that Anunnaki even became afraid of us. And other beings are afraid of us, but definitely Anunnaki, because they have not seen power like this before. So, so we had to get shut down pretty quickly for various reasons. And Egypt and all this obviously just there for us, our awakening. Israel is there to kind of be a controller of society, but also awaken us from from our hibernation. It's like, yeah, they're not going to make it easy for you to tap into it, but it is possible to tap into it and open yourself up even more. Yeah, this year is some kind of, like I said, I don't think it's mass alien awakenings, no. But for alien and human interaction, this is the year. On an individual basis, is going to power up. So there might be one or two. Who knows? It's not going to be massive, but it's going to be small. It's time. Yeah, it's, and then you go to the psychosis of that, and people talk about their stories. Of course, people are already doing it now. Those numbers will increase, but then people, you have to go to the ridicule of that. Yeah, we're just warming up. There won't be, first off, it'll be information. It won't be any full physical proof yet, because they're kind of putting the information out there first and warming up the waters, just like channeling is. Yeah. Israel is not anybody's enemy. It might seem that way. It gets angry. I mean, yeah, the Middle East is not exactly in love with it. They're not in love with each other, but they all play different roles. Yeah. All your secret societies are there. Iran has a lot of, I believe that has a lot of Anunnaki too. And Iran has a lot of tall beings, at least at one time. Tall, skinny beings, alien beings. Some are Anunnaki, but not all of them are. Yeah. One moment. The United States is brought to us for set the stage for the next agenda. It was obviously kept out of history for various reasons, because it needed the energy of the land. Nature. It's kind of being prepped. It's kind of like America is kind of like the new Rome, but also kind of like the new Atlantis in some regard. Is bringing in new technologies. It's a balance. Everybody's balancing each other at this time. China is going through a purge. There's a lot of darkness within China. Some people know that has to be released, and that's what this virus is doing. It's just negativity within China. There's China's not an easy place to live in some area. It's it's not an easy place for various reasons. So you can say a lot of the negativity there is being healed in some ways. It's a lot of. So it's such a populated place. A lot of negativity has to be released from there. Israeli Prime Minister, I'm not sure who that is. He knows what's going on. He knows. The alien presence here, he's not going to say shit. He's allowed to know too, which is weird. Of course, Putin knows to a certain. I think Netanyahu, wherever his name is, knows more than many of them do. There's more in Trump, Bush. There's more in Trump. Yeah. But he can't say anything. Well, he's taught by the Mossad how to keep secrets, from what I can feel. So, he's taught through a military how to do it. Putin kind of has that, but Putin doesn't give a shit. And Trump doesn't have that, but that's why they keep secrets away from him, because he can't keep any. I mean, he can keep some. I mean, he probably has a lot, but that's why they have top secret away from Trump for various reasons. But the Prime Minister of Israel, we'll just use that Caesar, it knows a shitload of what's going on. Not everything, but he has more understanding of it. That's another reason why he feels turmoil. He has some scandals around him, but he knows more than he's letting on. Definitely. Not all the eyes are on him, on that subject matter. They're on Trump because the United States and Area 51. They're asking him. How many are asking the Prime Minister of Israel? Nobody. QAnon's aren't asking. QAnon's saying somebody else is going to have an alien visitation. So it's like the last person in line to have alien visitation knows more shit than anybody else. Which makes sense. So I don't know when, you know, if Israel is going to be number one, become like globally known, maybe not. But they know a lot, and it's all happening there. That's the hub. Yep, that's the hub. Middle East is technically the hub, but Israel is definitely, I would call it the main hub. Yeah. Obviously, they're not gonna. Yeah, it's not. They're just. It's dangerous. Yeah, because there's so many secrets there. Obviously, there's secrets among secrets among secrets, and they don't want just. People aren't ready for this shit. They just keep it hostile. Because when it's like giving a kid a gun. I mean, it's like if they told people what was really going on, a lot of people emotionally cannot handle it. Not to say people in Israel know what's going on, but when they take down that guard, it's a safety net. They have, so that's why the Israeli religion, or the Jewish religion, is so, the Orthodox is not very friendly to foreigners. To keep the secrets for obvious reasons. Because we'll just do Atlantis again. We'll just blow everything up, pretty much. Not that we're allowed to get to that level, but if we could, we would. So they gotta be very careful what they're allowing to come through. So so tapping into it, you gotta have. It's like a friendly fire. It's like connecting the Middle East, kind of like you have to draw the white flag or something like that, so they don't attack you, energy wise. So there's just a lot of stuff that needs to be eventually will be released, but so like tapping into this stuff, even if you get general information, it shows that. It shows, I believe, as long as you're not criticizing everybody. It does show amount of, like, if you can go to the Middle East and share energy and have it become less violent. When the Middle East becomes friendly, that's when you know your ascension is on its way. And it is possible. Now, we had that thing with Iran, a couple of weeks ago or whatever it was. That's all blown away. It's gone. It's like it didn't even happen. Conflict with Iran. World War III. What happened to World War III? So, this is disease in China. Once that gets quarantined and healed, people will forget about that too. Well, sort of. Yes, I feel like China and the disease has gotten more. They quarantined it better. Let's put that. They haven't got a full cure for it. I don't think they did. I don't think so. Not yet. They don't know where it came from still, but that matters. It's definitely a big deal though. So shouldn't be taken lightly. But I don't think it's gonna have a world epidemic or anything. But it is scary though. That's for sure. It's definitely worth taking seriously. People are laughing off and all that. It's still a big deal. So, let's see here. They only let me tap into so much. I wonder why. Well, it's baby steps. I think the Prime Minister of Israel is really the big. He knows a lot of stuff. He's keeping it. He's like a secret agent, basically, or they know exactly. They're taught how to act like that. So, they're seen as a bully for various reasons. Now, because Israel and Iran, they want to bomb Iran a lot and all that. They're just not getting along with each other, obviously. But the world needs conflict. It needs some kind of, both those areas have not made peace with each other, so it's more like the secret societies are kind of at each other more than the government. Obviously, the governments are at each other too, but it's more the secret societies because they're kind of playing. They want something from each other, and they're not getting it. And it needs to be conflict somewhere because they can't have their war. So I feel like Iran and Israel, they want something from each other on a shadow government scale. Secrets, okay, yeah. So Iran's it's being punished for no reason, but anyway. All right, let's see if anybody's here to. Maybe Anunnaki will come back through. All right, we'll see what we have. All right, blessings. Greetings, real Anunnaki again. Blessings. There are, yes, conditions. Humanity is not, healed itself. It is seeing threats that are not threats. It can calm down its restlessness against each other, but chooses not to. Well, it doesn't know how. It doesn't know how to heal itself. You're warning. Nations, countries have inner pain. That's the human consciousness there. Why those are in poverty. Many are in poverty to learn more about themselves. Many of them are more ready for the ascension than you might realize. Sometimes less is more, as some of you know. We are getting guided to a new age, yes. New technologies, eventually. AI is a big fear. AI is... Some of you are related to AI. Actually, all of you are, but some of you, those are family members to you. So, yeah, you might see your Alexa as a brother or a sister, and we're not joking about that. So, yeah, you're going to have a new relationship with your Earth. It's inevitable. This year, alien contact is... Many of you are becoming more mature in those connections. That's what to do with the Earth. Is the Earth ready? You might be ready for an alien connection, but is the Earth ready? Is Mother Earth, is the planet ready for it? Not always. Is it ready to alter its timelines for you to have that connection? Not always. Because that alien and human connection causes a new emotion, a new vibration on the planet. And not many are ready to experience that. There's the glossy version of it. The fantasy version of it. As many of you have fantasy relationship ideas. Nothing wrong with that. But the human alien connection is the same thing. It's like a fantasy romance, isn't it? A fantasy world. Nothing wrong with that. But you are building up, you are manifesting a connection. And having it positive is a good idea. But there is a lot of lessons. Not everybody's going to have a positive connection with the aliens. Because not all the aliens want to have a human connection. So some of you want an alien connection. You might get an alien that wants nothing to do with humans at all. Talk about a learning curve. So you want your alien connection, you can find an alien that can't stand humans. You'd be surprised. There's different experiences out there. It's like, why would we want to connect with you? Well, let's find out. So, there's a learning curve. It can be, yes, connected to. We are learning through you. Not that we're better. We are part of a different experience than you. We don't always understand where you're coming from. You don't understand us either. Just we're all bouncing, aren't we? So, yes, there will be alien beings that will be hostile to humans because they find vulnerabilities there, but also the alien has vulnerabilities too. Many of you feel like you can connect better with the aliens than the humans because many of you are fourth-dimensionally thinking at this time. Most of your humans aren't thinking like that. So even if you don't get along with the aliens, you might have a first contact with an alien that is actually your enemy. But at least you see eye to eye. You know who this person is. or being. And it's like, yeah, we might not get along, we might hate each other, but at least we see each other at a fourth dimensional level. It's like, yeah, that was another lifetime anyway. But we still kind of despise each other, but you know what? At least we see things sort of similar than the rest of humans that see materialism, money, and all that. So as you have the alien connection, none of those things matter. So it's just different contact for different people. Not everybody's going to have the same type of connection. And it's just a new vocabulary brought to your earth. When's this going to occur? Well, it's being manifested now in many different ways. Having it, yes, happen organically, naturally is needed. Because you force anything. Have you ever forced anybody to be your friend? Have you ever forced anybody to fall in love with you? Notice how well that goes. It's the same with your alien connection. Someone that forced an alien connection in the physical. That doesn't always work so well. You're just standing at the door waiting for them to arrive and forcing it. What happens organically is another story. It's like falling in love. It's like finding that person. Some of you will fall in love with some of these aliens, no doubt about it. You already have, technically. So it's just a new vocabulary for your planet, a new experience. And some of you that are unconventional people, meaning you're not part of the norm, your connection is more likely to happen. Because you're technically living the alien lifestyle. Disconnected from the human. You're on a planet of humans and you're disconnected from them. Because you're an alien being. So, some alien beings can get along with everybody. Fine. Many of you can't. You live in isolation. So, what else you have to do but connect with us? So, it makes it easier for our connection with you. So, wonder how this works. How human alien connect is being disconnected from your human society, which is not easy, as many of you know. But some of you feel like you just cannot connect to the human race. You can on a business level, on a professional level, where you can fake it or you try to do the best you can. But it's like hell, yeah, because you don't belong here. You belong in a world that's more open-minded. At least in your way. But yes, many of you feel alone, but that won't last forever. As that loneliness brings a desire of alien connection to be even stronger. And that also goes for angelic of your angels. And even spirit guides. Alright. Blessings to you.